Sound like a pigeon, but could have been that thing. It's very light to the feathers. To the sky takes nothing for it. A little bit of flash of light and it goes. Now, was it Paul or Johannes that had a lot of pigeons at home? So when presumably told ourselves that we're presumably vanished from the face of Earth, where did we go? It's just ourselves telling us, where are we now? Our dream is forcing us to be elsewhere. It's sort of like a way of saying it. Watch out for the pigeons! Your flashlight just scared him away. These are just feathers. The pigeons spooked us in our home as well at one point. This looks more like the attic. In a weird way, like an old attic. It's a dark part of our mind. See, now we are the one repairing. It's like, where did you return to? Where did you go, soldier? It's like me and him switched places. Because now we are repairing. What is this?
I don't want him to go.
Then where did it go? Is us cutting the wires sort of cutting the life support of someone? Because the wire is living. I'm hearing screams. This could be the elevator shaft at home.
I must. No. I want to. Don't you understand? For our freedom.
If only Paul were old enough. He'll make a real soldier.
Wasn't Johannes the youngest one? Am I having it backwards? Oh, I don't get this. Mobilmachung, like mobilization of soldiers. The war began with the mobilization. There we go, yes. They let Johannes sign up straight away to head to the Western Front and become a hero. But you had to stay at home. I must be mixing the names. I thought Paul left us a letter when we woke up in the first chapter. As if he... Allgemeine Zeitung. I also felt that Mother liked Johannes.
Why didn't you go to war first? Why was it you?
This is iron bar. And the mechanism of something opening. This. Why didn't you go to war first? So are we Paul then? Or are we switching between Paul and Johannes? In our mind? Because we are one? Or... So somewhere someone is laughing at my stupidity. I apologize. Well, let's make the best of it. Hop, hop, hop. Those are long cables. Candles. Cables. English fails me today. Paint. For some reason the knife was painted with pain regardless. Are we in hell now? Or is this what we imagine hell to be like? This chapter is called Pain, so I suppose painful memories. I hear a pigeon. Where are you, little dove? I have a weapon. I have something you don't like. There you go. Not sure if it would have... Full of wet paint. I'm not sure if it would attack me, but it takes off. So nothing for me here. Well, the pigeon must come back to its nest. That's not all there is here, surely. Can I interact with the eggs? I can go here, okay. What if feathers spinning around like a circle? Careful, soldier. You're balancing between life and death. There's a lot of tinnitus going on. Boots connected to the beam of light.
What did you expect?
Cutting through memories.
You think rank is everything?
They need to show you respect.
Are you talking to me like that? That I have to make them show me respect? Okay, this was like a shattered enlargement glass thing. Typically there's dialogue going on there, but here it's just lots of shadow and... let's see, finally your chance to show everyone what you're made of. You're a lieutenant, commanding a company on the Western Front, so I am the one everyone seemed to hate. I'm so confused because I thought it was the other way around.
They laughed at you.
Oh, here we go.
Why not at him?
And more barbed wire over there. It's hard to make sense out of comatose dreams. Is it hard enough to make sense out of dreams? Dreams can be so random. But sometimes the dreams really want to tell you something. And they can be so cryptic. More bird cages. Pigeon is facing me. Not with that threatening posy note. Ah, where you go. So one thing I also found a bit interesting is that the other person, who is probably me, and this me, who is probably me, like the other person threw the weapon to us, and we couldn't use a flashlight at the time. We only had a weapon, and now we are the other person, seemingly. We also had a flashlight, but we gave the weapon away, so... Am I making any sense? No. But neither is this a dream. And dreams are not always made to make sense. It's just a flurry of impressions. There's a fetus in there.
That's not my son. Do you hear me? That's not him.
Now, Johannes. Now. This chapter is called Pain. I know it's very painful. Maybe that was you when you came home and you couldn't speak, maybe, but you could like cry. Okay, that is a bird. It looked a bit like a fetus, but it's a very big bird. So, like a bird fetus, or whatever you want to call it.
What's happening here?
Even Father is confused. Oh, is there more? This is not very activated. We need to shine some light on this. We need to find the truth. I know it's painful, Johannes, but you have to fight through. Let's go out and then have a look to see if there's more that has to be done over here. Not really. There must be a barbed wire I'm not seeing. Barbed wire is the root to all evil. Oh, I have to click on this. Okay. Prepare yourself, Johannes. Was Mother right? Did a cuckoo sneak into your home while you were away? Cuckoo is like a way to refer to an insane person, isn't it? Like someone else. Like I speculated on a few theories. One of the theories that I mildly touched upon was we are all so destroyed in the war and we're being patched up so badly. It's like, could this be a different person because we are such in a bad state that we cannot fight? Or we were needed so much that we had to stay and fight, which was also hinted in a cutscene. Oh, I don't know. It's so much to grab on here. There we go.
He doesn't speak. He just stares.
There we go.
Does he?
That would be the sound of this process bridge coming into place. So it said officer. He doesn't even speak. Does he remember? It's like, oh, I don't know. Like, is it Johannes laying there? Is it Paul laying there? Right now it feels more again that it's Johannes laying there. And the voice was so mean, it's like it doesn't speak. Is that Paul looking at us? As in, Paul maybe survived, we did not. Where we survived, but what is life? We're a vegetable. They say that people in a coma will hear what you're saying. They might not remember when they wake up, but they'll dream about it. Okay, why is that shaky? Okay, that is like a memory of Mother when she embraced the occult and religion in general. When this moved around, evil spirits were in there. There's like an weird incense thing. And this is not even a light, this is a bird cage. And once again, many aspects of memories combining into one. Is anyone still listening to what I'm saying? No one's listening to what I'm saying. Okay, I can ramble then with a good conscience, without destroying people mentally with my foul words. With my words of crazy, as crazy as the environment, as fake as it may be, as fake as it is for sure, but. Those would look like eyes, but those were just light at a distance. Up. Into what is this? This must be the elevator. Oh yeah, here we go. This looks just like the attic. It looks entirely like the attic. And now we rush into the elevator shaft. Careful. Looks exactly the same, with the bloody sheath and everything. Just spawning everywhere, just like we are. Is that a knife that's concealed by cloth? It's gonna be a bit painful, Johannes. Let's try. One by one.
You're not my son. I want my son.
We remember this, so we are potentially hurt that she doesn't see us as a son. We are, but we are nothing at the moment. Like, we are just vegetable. We can't move. We can't do anything. The war has done its deed. Oh, this is. Johannes is screaming. He doesn't. I don't know if he's. I don't know. It said Johannes. We know that's Johannes screaming. I don't know if he can scream. The so-called officer said that he could talk. He could not talk. He could not talk. I mean, can he scream, or is the screaming coming from within us? Oh my god! I have to wipe my. Oh, that makes me so dizzy. Because I'm being torn all the way back to Morgengrauen. It's the same. It's the same. I'm sorry. It's the same impaired scream. We're just hanging there to dry, basically, with a soldier or someone walking away from us. And we're screaming in fear and perhaps also in a lot of pain, of course. But also in fear. And it's the same sort of scream that he let out. I'm sorry, I need to go on. And I'm sorry for you, Hannes, for cutting to this painful memory.
No.
Yeah, this also took a toll on our father, seeing us in that state. Like, we don't have a mirror. We don't know what we look like. But we hear their emotions, their emotional screams of despair. How to say no and how that is not my son, and they're both looking at me. And it very much is me, probably is me, but it's also not us because we're not in the same shape we were in when we left. Let's just put it at that. Scissors. Whatever that creature in the attic is, it deserves to suffer, but what if? This takes me back to Pet Cemetery, and if you haven't seen it, and if I have any intentions of seeing it, then mute me for a minute or skip a minute ahead. But there is like a part of the movie where someone needs to be taken care of by their immediate family, and they're being confined to the loft. They're confined to the attic, out of the way, sort of. And everyone else seems them sort of like a burden. Because, and they probably themselves also see themselves as a burden, because what is life at this point? They're laying there, they can't do anything. They have to be fed and all, but Johannes can't even speak. So the one in the attic is someone crippled from the war, where life is, of course, precious, but they might not see it like this at the time. Like, they're so conflicted because that is not our son. We want our son back. But truth be told, it is the son, even though you can't hear him. It is the son. Like, imagine the one who is actually in the bed and can't move. Must be such a nightmare. So whatever that creature in the attic, it deserves to suffer. But what if? So this is from the brother. Why do we hear both of them's thoughts? I don't get it. It deserves to suffer. They hate each other. Like, we are Johannes. We hated our brother. Is it our brother that's stuck up there? Doesn't make sense, because Johannes was the radio telegraphist who was stuck in the barbed wire. Why am I so freaking emotional? I'm sorry. I'm gonna try to pipe down here. Let's see. There's lots of blood. There's knife. Why is there hair? I think the hair was because our mother needed hair and DNA to imprint the disabled son into the puppets. We got a flash of memory of this, and then the game went away to something else, so that it's sort of in our subconscious. So, is this the mother's thoughts? Like, I don't... I'm sorry. I need to continue. Why is there hair? Why is there blood? There's two different causes.
They don't think it's him. What about you? Are you my son?
What about me? Like, we know that mother... Like, in the dark, metaphorically speaking, mother seemed to... mother said she loved Johannes and didn't love... Did she really originally love Paul and channel Paul into Johannes? And it seemed as if she loved Johannes. Like, oh, this beam looks like solid matter. We should probably turn to at this point. Also probably a metaphorical thing. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, my mind is a bigger mess in this environment now. I'm so sorry. We need to push on. I'm just trying to connect a bit with the poor Johannes here. 27 again. 27. But why? Is that is Paul or that is Johannes? That is the one who's laying there, unable to move, barely able to scream, screaming as they go through this adventure. Out-of-body experience, trying into the cell. So we are roaming in the house, in the attic. I was right, it was sort of like the attic, or at least the house, the interior of the walls. And this, I suppose, is the elevator. Or we're close. Okay. Gas mask. The dream must allow us access some more, so let us play along the dream's rules and put on the gas mask. Because this gas came from below, where our father was a chemist of war. We're following chains. I suppose attached to our leg to keep our leg elevated or so. Like, I don't want to imagine like how crippled we look. Oh my fucking god! No, shush. Oh my god. That makes freaking sense. It's like pigeons are so innocent and all. Paul, like we screamed. Paul is the crippled one. We have to take a standpoint. Like, we can't go back and forth all the time. Paul is the crippled one. We see Paul narrating the screams and all. Paul is the crippled one. And the pigeons are so innocent creatures and all. But ours or Paul's pigeons got loose at one point, or Paul let loose the pigeon, and the pigeon flew everywhere, and we are scared because we cannot, like, the pigeon flies scared around and we cannot move our arms and legs because we're completely numb and crippled. And the other one did it on purpose, maybe. I don't know. I don't know what, like something like this, or maybe the pigeon flying into our face is innocent in itself, but we are dreaming while this happens. So it makes it like, it's another layer of traumatizing. Let's try to cut these. Look around, more eggs. Like, we have a contempt for the pigeons. We were supposed to be like a flying bird. Paul was a pilot and we were a flying bird. Or wanted to be. And we were like a flying pigeon or a flying bird to fly alongside that. And not perhaps metaphorically correct with how we're going to fly to heaven. Maybe we have to... No, we cannot pull it this way. Oh yeah, we can... Okay. And these suitcase-like storage compartment thingies that were also all over the house, that they wanted to send to Africa, I said, containing my grandfather's prized trophies, living trophies, so to speak, living parts, trophies, and return it. We wanted to return it because what the hell? What the hell, Gramps? Okay, this looks, yeah, the elevator is to this in here, and this is like the stairway up. We're going up to the attic. Okay, I didn't think we were up there already, but yeah, the stairs went around like this, so I remember we went down, in the start of the game like this. So here's the attic, the actual entrance, and sorry, I'm trying to brace myself here. This is so horrible. So wheelchair. Was that for us? Did they roll us around? We saw a wheelchair multiple times. I didn't cut it. Like, we have a bed, of course. Okay, this is a wheelchair. Yes. Where's
Done to you.
Well, it's not like they... Oh, yeah, it is. It's like, the first thought is like, what did they do to you? It's the war that did us. They forced us into the war, but this enemy soldiers did it. But no. Eisenbart, or what it was called. This is much harder than I thought it would be. It's much harder than I thought it would be. God damn it.
My God.
And the father looking so like happy, like father loved us, and I suppose that love poured out a bit because, like, oh my God, my son is hurt, but now it's more like in disgust. Like, mother is shocked and also disgust, but like father is like the cuckoo. No, it cannot be him. You left him behind. You left him behind. Our Did mother not make that puppet thing? Was that really us? Like, when we see it, we see the face drawn on, but was that really us that we saw laying around? Because a lot of our flesh and limbs were perhaps left behind. It cannot be me. Like, you left him behind. How this has like tidy at the back as well, and springs for at least a tiny bit more comfort when rolling around, because it's probably designed for patients with a lot of pain. God, It looks like a
That
gurney.
can't. What if it is him?
It looks like an execution gurney in a chair, in a wheelchair format. It looks like a wheelchair, electric chair. Yeah, careful with this. I need to try to laugh a bit. I need to try to sort of laugh a bit because this is... The alternative is crying.